I was in a relationship last year. It was going really well. He only tried to break up with me twice. Yeah, I was like, try and break up with me once, shame on you. Try and do it twice. I might be codependent, actually. Might be on me. And dating, I kind of feel like I get hit on a lot by younger men. And I feel like it's because they view me like I'm a used car. Like they know I'm the older model, but it's all they can afford. And they don't even care about the miles as long as you can get them to work every day. I think I saw a study or a report that unemployment is at what, like 4% or something? And I polled my exes, it's more like 95%. No, and dating is interesting too, because I like to think that, you know, I'm somewhat attractive. Like, I'm not a supermodel, but like, I've been followed by a white van. Like, women have hated me for no reason, but still trusted me around their boyfriend. Because to like a guy in a relationship, I'm like not worth it pretty. Any of the single people, are you guys on dating apps? No. Nope. Well, you guys just using hope? Is that... He was like, I just leave my door unlocked. He's like, I don't know, maybe porns are real. That is... Somebody's just gonna wander in and be like, do you know where 4B is? Oh wait, you're really hot. I guess some of you at least have been on dating apps and you've seen this person that, you know, they have a dog and they'll post on there like, oh, I'm just looking for a dog mom or a dog dad. You guys seen this? Yeah. They want somebody to like co-parent their dog with them. The thing that bothers me is that they think then somebody is out there like, I just want to meet somebody with a dog. I can't have any of my own. Tried once, had a parakeet, got rid of it, just rough, yeah. But I think we could improve dating apps because there's no real like algorithm to them. And I think we could improve them if we just use like Netflix's algorithm. Like they know me really well. And you wouldn't even have to change the format. You could just see somebody pop up and just be like, hey, we think you and Jeff are an 87% match. You both binge watch The Witcher this weekend. And then if it doesn't work out with Jeff, you can scroll down to the because you like Jeff section. And then you see the show The Punisher and you're like, oh, I'll just watch that instead. This is great. I like to say too that I was raised on the cusp of white trash. Some of you can relate to your clap. All right. And by that I just mean like my parents grew up in a rougher neighborhood and they moved my sister and I out of it. So I ended up going to school with kids that would get brand new cars on their 16th birthday, but I had an uncle that could steal them. And like when my cousins would come over to visit and we'd swim in our above ground pool afterwards, I would have to fish lighters out of it. Are you guys okay with the term white trash too? Yeah, I just like to be sensitive, you know, in case it gets canceled, so I did come up with some other options. You guys want to hear them? Yes, absolutely. All right, so option 1, instead of white trash, Caucasian detritus. Wow, you like that one a lot. I'm glad you like that, because a guy yesterday was like, too many syllables. All right, we like option 1. Option 2, melanin deficient rubbish. That's a good, I heard it, oh wow, all right. Got one more, option 3, NASCAR fans. So growing up in a NASCAR fan family, we used to have reunions at Delaware Park. Okay, some of my people are here. Delaware Park is a horse racing track that if enough of your relatives show up at, it becomes a reunion. And it's kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese for adults, except, you know, like the tokens are money you earn scrapping metal. And only a few could get that one, that's all right. And, you know, I don't know if growing up at a racetrack was like the best environment for a kid, but I never needed multiplication flashcards. You know, most dads are like, oh, all right, if I give the cashier a 20, what's my change? My dad's like, if I put in these 3, what's my payout? And I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. My dad didn't really encourage gambling. In fact, he had the perfect opportunity to teach me a lesson when I pointed out a horse that I liked, and it just so happened that it was the long shot. So he figures he's going to place a $2 bet, and I'm going to learn a very important lesson on the dangers of gambling. Yeah, $76 later, he's dragging me around going, what do you think of number 5 over there? I've also had some interesting relationships too, like I have an ex-fiance. I also have an ex in prison for murder. Yeah, at least one of them was committed. Just not the one I wanted. And I want to clarify too that I dated the murderer before he came into his craft. Like, we dated back in high school, and we only went out for like a few weeks, and we only hung out at school because he was on house arrest. I know, I had my weekends free, it was great. And we went to homecoming together, and a few weeks after that, he breaks up with me in a note. Dear Dana, I'm so sorry, it's over. He really took the time to cut all those letters out of a magazine. And years later, when news broke of his crime, it really hit me that somebody I dated was going to jail. And that he broke up with me. I mean, how screwed up was I that a kid on house arrest wanted to explore his options? I will say though, having dated a murderer, I feel much safer meeting men online. I mean, really, what are the odds I pick 2 of them? And if I do, then at least I know my type. I did that joke at another show, and I actually had a guy come up to me after the show, and he goes, too bad I've never killed anybody. Yeah, as if that were my only criteria for dating somebody. Come on, you gotta be at least 6 foot, right? And like I said, I have an ex-fiance. And do you guys know that there's a best time to call off a wedding? It's 6 months, because that's when you get your deposit back. And my ex broke up with me 5.5 months before we were supposed to get married. Yeah, who belongs in jail now? Still the murderer, but it's closer, right? And the thing that bothers me is I tried to give a lot of my wedding supplies back, I tried to sell back my ring, but I really couldn't get any money for it. And when I thought about it, I should be able to still wear my engagement ring. Because back in the day, people used to wear their Letterman jackets well into adulthood. And my engagement ring, that's my Letterman jacket. That's my way of being like, see, I was good enough once. I made the team. And we almost went to states.